I know what you're thinking. You can't make $300, $1,000, $20,000 for sending a simple email. What if I told you that not only is it possible, but it is happening on a regular basis every day? Let me give you a little bit of backstory about me. I have worked in an agency as an entrepreneur and for corporate America. Companies are willing and ready to invest in where they see direct value, return on investment. So I have taken my knowledge and my experience and applied that to this very simple concept. I understand corporate budget, offer a solution that delivers that value. I'm gonna teach you exactly how to do it yourself. You don't need to sell. You don't need products. You don't need to have a course. You don't need to have a group, a following, a text chain. You don't need to post on social. You don't need any of that. What you need is a structured system that can be repeated, automated, that has direct input and direct output. I'm just gonna tell you this. Whatever it is that you're experiencing today, whether it be being burnt out from work, being tired of trying new business ventures, tired of competing with algorithms, having to stand out from the crowd, or always being on, or feeling like you really truly don't know what value to deliver to anyone. What if there is a way for you to bypass all of that and get straight to the bag? What if there is a way for you to understand what the market is demanding and in an automated and predictable way, deliver that value to the market and get paid for it? I learned this a while ago from the first time that I charged 5 figures to send an email about socks. Yes. I sent an email about socks and a company paid me 5 figures to do so. That blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. And the truth is that companies like that are doing this every day. Whether it's 3, 4, 5, or 6 figures that you're earning per email, built in the right way, you can truly build this to scale.
And on that note, let's go ahead and get started on this tutorial. Watch me set up this newsletter in just a few minutes. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is open up ChatGPT. This is the simplest resource that you can use to start your foundation of your newsletter. You're welcome to do this on your own, but in the world of AI, I strongly suggest that you use AI-based tools to help you. You can use ChatGPT, Claude, Jasper, Gemini. There's lots of tools out there, but personally, I like to stick to the most simplest tools so that I can get my newsletter launched as quickly as possible. You see, I've already given ChatGPT one of the prompts to get it to go ahead and shoot some ideas out related to a topic that I've already got familiarity with. I've identified the money space as a topic that not only is in high demand as far as queries online, but it's also in high demand for advertisers, meaning there are a lot of advertisers who are ready and willing to sponsor content that's related to personal finance, investing, retirement, insurance, you name it. And so because I know this, I've already given a simple prompt to ChatGPT to help me narrow in my focus on that specific topic. And from there, I'm going to develop something that's a little bit more niche. So as you can see, based on the options that it's given me, I've decided to go with a working title, Rich-ish, which is going to be a newsletter publication that's specifically for those who are 30 plus, who are in a different stage of life, who have different finances, who maybe are starting over, or who are just getting started. But the idea here is going to be to support those who are 30 and older in their personal finances with relevant content, valuable content. And so I have asked ChatGPT, now that we've landed on this particular topic, to provide me with some core keywords to start with. We're going to use these keywords to help me do deeper research to determine what type of topics the content needs to include, as well as to help me determine how to best attract subscribers later down the line. So there's lots of tools that are available, free tools that are available to help you validate your topic. One of the tools that I really like to use is a free extension called Ubersuggest. You can download that onto your Chrome or your Chrome browser. and it gives you the search volume for certain keywords and topics, and it also provides you with recommendations. So here I'm just plugging in some of the recommended keywords and topics that ChatGPT gave me, and you can see here that it's showing right in that volume column an estimate of how many searches are entered into like Google, the search engines, on a monthly basis for that particular phrase. So I'm doing a little working here to see exactly the volume. Now, I have certain criteria that my keywords and my topics need to meet before I decide that it is validated and I want to move forward with it. So for me, it's a minimum of 10,000 searches per month for that particular phrase. For a lot of my publications, I won't choose anything that has fewer than 100,000 searches per month. But the reason for that is because, again, you want to validate your idea by showing that there's high demand. And then you want to use a second criteria to validate your idea by knowing that the level of competition that you're going to have to go up against when it comes to trying to rank or attract people who are searching for those particular topics. So I found a really good one. And just to add a little razzle dazzle on my search and my validation process, I'm also going to just search very bare bones topics. So I'm writing about money and personal finance. So this here is just to show you the potential. Obviously, there's a whole lot here. So you would never want to take something that's so broad, such as the term money, and try to build something around that exact term. It's important to, if you want to experience the most success and the most efficiency is to narrow down your topics to a very specific audience and a very specific niche. But as you can see, the potential with money related content is out of this world. Moving on. So let's get to step 3, which is setting up the publication. We validated the topic, we found a topic, we validated the demand, and we have some ideas on how we're going to deliver content. So, and I've also done some branding. So just basically ask ChatGPT to generate a logo for me. All of this can and will be changed later on down the line, but for the intents and purposes of this tutorial, we just use these simple tools to get these things done much faster. So now we're going to go into my newsletter publication tool. I personally like to use a few, but one of the main ones that I use is called Beehive. And they have a really robust newsletter platform, great for beginners, great for experienced. And it gives you the opportunity to create and host your own newsletter, own your content, and also monetize on one platform. So I'm just entering my information in here, getting this new publication set up. You, at this point, you can choose to go and purchase a domain for the title of the publication if you wanted to. In this particular case, we're just going to use the free domain that's made available. It's a subdomain. And then just follow the steps tab by tab to create the website, the landing page, the forms, the templates, etc. All of this is a very simple, direct process, but it is something that I walk you through hands-on, step by step. If you join me live in the Newsletter Profit Accelerator, I'll help you get all of these steps set up from start to finish and make it really simple for you. Now, there are lots of email service providers as well as newsletter publication tools that are out here. Like I said, I have my preferences, the ones that are easiest to set up and quickest to monetize. Again, we don't want to make things complicated. We want to keep it simple and get set up from start to finish in just a short matter of time so that you can get back to doing what you love the most. But as you can see, I'm finishing setting up the landing page to collect subscribers once I go live with the newsletter, as well as to give people an idea of what they're signing up for. Finally, we're on step 4, where we start to plan out the content. This is the stage where it's really helpful to get a solid foundation of not only what your content is going to be about, but the cadence and how often you're going to be sending each week, as well as what the topics will be from week to week. So we'll hop back into ChatGPT and ask it to lay out a content strategy or a content plan for you for a certain period of time. You could ask it to set up a 30-day content plan, 90 days, 6 months, a year, 2 years. It can give you as much or as little as you want. My suggestion is to start off with a minimum of 30 days content plan to give you some ideas about the content to produce for your newsletter. All right, now I'm just going through and setting up the first template. It's a great idea to go ahead and work from templates when creating publications. It simplifies the process, and trust me, that's what you want. You want to have something that's easy to plug and play for any time that you send out a publication, but also for when you have a sponsorship come in. It's a whole lot easier, saves you so much time when you automate your process. Now, again, I'm just working off of the Beehive platform. During the training, we'll definitely dive into some of the other publication tools that are available for you and help you better understand automations and how to set up your templates and how to set up your entire system from start to finish so that you can save time in the future. And finally, just set up the welcome email so that anytime someone enters their email address, they get a welcome personalized email from me, just thanking them and welcoming them to the newsletter. And finally, friends, as we get ready to wrap up here, let's talk about how to set up monetization. I'm specifically speaking about this platform. In the Newsletter Profit Accelerator, I teach you several ways to monetize your publication, from 5 to 7 different ways that you can set it up. But particularly on this platform, it's really cool because it has a feature where it has monetization already embedded in your subscription, which gives you an opportunity to take advantage of the advertiser network. This means that this particular platform is already going to bat with you with sales and insertion orders and promoting your publication to potential sponsors so that you don't have to do the heavy lifting. I really love that feature. And in this particular setup, I'm going in and setting up my ad network preferences, letting the network know what type of content I'm creating and what type of ads I would like to run so that those relevant advertisers can see me when they come up with their own searches, and they can reach out to me directly to request to sponsor my publication. It's a really simple setup, very streamlined, and this is for specific membership tier on this tool. But let me tell you, it saves so much time and it's so easy. So this is one way to monetize. There are several other ways to set up monetization, and I'm really looking forward to showing them to you in a little bit. All right, you've seen it with your own eyes. I launched this Revenue Ready newsletter in just a few minutes. You can join me live during the Newsletter Profit Accelerator, and I'm going to walk you from start to finish, from ideation to monetization, launching your own Revenue Ready newsletter publication. This is something that sounds like what you've been looking for. If you're ready to be done with the sales and the algorithms and the needing to be a content creator or influencer, and you want something that's tried and true and that is working today to generate passive income, then you have got to be in the class. Only in the class are you going to be able to get support from start to finish, your questions answered, your brainstorming sessions, your support from your peers. It's all going to be in the Newsletter Profit Accelerator. So if this sounds like what you've been looking for from starting an online business, if you want something that has streams for you, then this is the solution. I'm telling you, I am so excited to teach you. I have so much great information to share, and I promise you I'm going to do my best to keep this simple and straightforward for you. So if this is what you've been looking for and you're ready to start turning a profit on your own newsletter business, then go ahead and sign up below to join me live.